Hi guys, my name is Susie and I'm making this video for all the people who are planning to buy or have already bought the Leaf by Bellabeat. The Leaf is basically a fitness tracker designed for women, and I'm going to do an unboxing and review, and I'm going to be um, as thorough as I can be. My situation is a little bit particular because not only have I here a leaf that is completely to unbox, but I have been using it for quite a while. I was part of the first batch, so I got mine towards the end of July. I was absolutely very happy with it. The only reason why I had to send it back and receive another one is because it got slightly discolored. So the wooden part of the leaf got slightly discolored. I'm going to show you afterwards where it got discolored. And since it was a little defect of the product, they just sent me back another one. And I'm going to talk about the relationship with customer service later on as well. I was very happy with it. All right, let's unbox it. So it comes like in a very small, discreet box. I live in the UK and they use DHL. It only took 2 days for it to arrive on my doorstep since the day I received the confirmation and tracking number. Okay, so I'm opening the box. It comes with a kind of a padding inside, and this is the box it comes in. So I apologize so much for the quality of this video. I'm filming it from my Mac. I'm not one of those professional YouTubers. I'm not even a YouTuber. I'm just doing it for the people who actually want to know more about the product. So yeah, bad quality video. Apologies. I'll try to do my best. So this is the packaging. It's absolutely beautiful and lovely. The box per se is very smooth, very nice feeling. And so the internal part, there's this little cradle inside that looks like a wood, piece of wood that has been chopped in half. And on the back it has like a brief description of what it does. I'm gonna go through that later on, because I feel like I can give like very good advice, and I feel like I've used it enough to know the pros and cons. I'm opening it now. There's two little pieces of tape at the very bottom, so I'm taking those out with my very badly manicured nails. There we go. So, ooh, this is the inside. So as I said, there's this little cradle made of this material. Seems like a high quality cardboard or something, and the leaf is just inside. And so nice. This is it. Okay, so it's smaller than what you think it is. I think in videos, when I was watching videos before receiving it, I thought it was much bigger than what it actually is. Now, like this is my hand, but everybody's hands are different. It's actually small, and it has like a very nice like wooden patterns inside. This is made from American wood, and all the outside is stainless steel. So on the outside there's this little plastic thing that you peel away, and then afterwards there's also this little other plastic thing that you have to take out, but I'll do it in a minute. The other things inside the box are there's a user manual. You can also download it from their website. I'm going to give a feedback on that as well. It's basically instructions on how to change the battery, on how to wear it, what's included, how to link it with the app, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm going to give feedback on this later on. Then there's this little other piece of paper, and here it says, "Thank you for making the leaf look lovely," and it does. And also there's this little box at the very bottom of the box, where you can find the accessories. So there's two accessories. One is this like leather bracelet, so you can wear the leaf as a bracelet as well. And it's very It's very nice, very lovely. It's this long because it's meant to do like it's a wraparound bracelet. I'm going to show you afterwards how to put it. And then the other accessory is this very pretty necklace. Yeah, there we go. So you can wear it. There you can decide the length of the necklace. I like to wear it. I like to wear my leaf like pretty low. Actually, I'm going to show you right now. So you put the little necklace in the loop, and then you put it as you would put any other necklace on. And there we go. I like it to hang low, but of course you can choose various different lengths, and this is like the shorter length. I think it looks kind of odd, but I guess it depends on what you're wearing on a specific day. So yeah, these are the contents of the box. Now I'm going to try and pair it with the app. I already have the app because as I mentioned before, this is the second leaf that I use. So let's see how it pairs up with the app. So there's an app. I have an iPhone, so I use the iOS version of the app, but it's also available for Android. And it looks like this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put screenshots because this doesn't do anybody any good at all. So yeah, the app is called Leaf. When you open it, let me see. I need to pair it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take away this little plastic strip and it should vibrate. So let's see if that works out. Yeah, it vibrated. And now I'm going to try and sync it. Okay, so what I did, since I already have the app, because normally when you don't have a leaf to unpair, it gives you instructions directly. But since mine is already open and functioning, what it says here, try to sync it, and then it says an error occurred, there is no paired leaf, of course, because I had unpaired mine before sending it back. And then it says either cancel or add new leaf. Okay, so I'm going to add a new leaf. So it says connect. I'm going to do screenshots of all these pages so it's super clear to people that still have to use a leaf. And then I'm going to click on connect. It says double tap the leaf to activate it. So I'm double tapping it right now. I'm just going to do tick tick and keep the phone close because the way they communicate is through Bluetooth. So obviously you need to have the two things very close to each other. Oh, okay. So it has paired and now it's kind of vibrating and it's asking me, is your leaf vibrating now? And I'm going to press on yes. And it says success, your leaf is successfully connected. Awesome, amazing, it works, fantastic. Okay, now the leaf is officially paired with my app. The next thing that I'm just going to put it in this little cradle here, and I'm just going to quickly go through what the app looks like. Okay, so as soon as you open it, it looks like this, all right? And obviously at the top there's the calendar, and if you click on the little arrow on the right of the month, it gives you information on your period, so it just goes down a little bit, and you can see that today I'm fertile. Sorry if it's TMI, but hey, what are you gonna do? We're women. So yeah, the little flower means that I'm fertile, and yesterday you can see that there's this little purple oval, and that means that according to the leaf I was ovulating yesterday. And then right below there's 3 strips with three different colors. The light blue color is the activity. I'm going to show you what the activity part looks like. So this is a screenshot of a day where I was particularly active, and as you can see, it says how many steps I took, and says more or less how many calories I've burned, and the distance that I've walked. So in my experience, it has tracked my activity fairly well, in the sense that I don't really have anything to compare it to, but I do know more or less the distance that I walk every day, because I walk to work and then back. So I do know more or less the distance that I'm covering, and the leaf seems to be pretty accurate. So I'm very happy about that. And so I wore it a couple of times as a necklace and as a brooch. And it did also track my activity during my body pump class and my spinning class, so that's pretty nice. And you can set the goal for how many steps you want to achieve every day, and then underneath it says the percentage of the goal that you managed to achieve. Yeah, so it's so that's how the activity works. The sleep, so this is how a sleep section would look like. So for instance, on this particular day, I slept 8 hours and a half, which is more than my goal. I put my goal as 7.5 hours. And so in fact it says 112% of my goal, and it says 99% quality. And as you can intuitively understand, the darker purple strips are the deep sleep, and the lighter purple strips are your lighter sleeps. Duh. So this is a really interesting way to look at your day. Obviously sleep is very important, and for a person that like me, it's really important to be able to monitor that and see how much I've slept and how the quality of my sleep was. So this has been really useful. It doesn't always work 100% in the sense that there's two things that you need to make note of in terms of sleeping, in terms of sleep tracking. The first thing is that, so it happens sometimes that I get up in the middle of the night and I go to the bathroom, or I take a sip of water and things like that. And so far that hasn't been monitored by the Leaf. But I know of other people that whose Leaf did monitor that. So I'm not quite sure how it works. My bathroom is super close to my bed. So maybe as I wear it as a brooch during the night, so maybe that doesn't, so it's not really able yet to detect that kind of a movement, and maybe I should walk around a little bit more for it to be able to detect it. Also, it might be just a matter of the the algorithms of the app not being super precise yet. I think the app works really well, but it's not perfect yet. I think they're still working on the nitty-gritty things, and they're still working on making both the iOS and the Android app work as precisely as possible. But you might find that certain things like this are not yet captured by the Leaf. But I do have faith that with future updates they will be more and more precise. The second thing that you need to note in terms of sleep tracking is that you are not able to put in naps yet. Somebody did ask the customer service team if the Leaf was able to detect naps, but they said that the Leaf doesn't detect naps because they're too short. So the Leaf doesn't really understand whether you're napping or maybe you might be just at your office desk working. So I guess that unless you stay like very still for a few hours, it doesn't understand yet whether you're sleeping or working in a stationary position. So hopefully in the future the app will allow you to insert your nap times, so it would be even more precise in tracking how much you've slept. In the iPhone version, you can change, like you can modify the hours that you've slept. So there's a little, as you can see on the top right hand corner, there's a little pencil. If you click on that, you would be able to change the times that you went to sleep and woke up. But I don't think it's available for the Android yet. I think it will be pretty soon, because they're consistently like releasing updates and this kind of stuff. So have faith, guys, have faith. Last but not least, the breathing exercises. So this is what the breathing part looks like. So I didn't do my whole 10 minutes of breathing in a day. I only did 60% of my goal. However, this is what it looks like. I was really impressed by them. I've never been really into yoga. I've done it a few times and I really like it, but I've never really gotten into it for some reason. And so I wasn't really considering the breathing exercises that much. I didn't think that they would influence my day very much. But actually, I have to say, I am so glad this 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 fit, this fitness tracker has gives me the possibility to do breathing exercises. So while you're doing them, you have to clip it on your waistband, so somewhere on your stomach or on your belly, where it would be able to detect your breathing movement. So your belly does, and the leaf is able to detect this movement. And according to the instruction that the app gives you, you must regulate your breathing according to those. So, for instance, there are some bells, and every time a bell strikes, you have to either breathe in or breathe out. Basically, that's it. And I've come to realize that the accuracy depends on exactly that. So you have to breathe in exactly when the bell strikes, and you have to breathe out when the next bell strikes. There's several breathing exercises that you can do. There's the beginner, there's the intermediate, and there's the advanced. And for each of these, there's at least 3 exercises that you can do. So basically, this is what it looks like when you're about to begin an exercise. You have to click on the play button in the. You have to tap on the play button in the middle, and then it starts speaking to you and it starts giving you instructions on what to do. And you just have to make sure that it's paired with the leaf, and you have to make sure that the leaf follows your movements. And I have to say, these exercises are absolutely fantastic. They have changed so much, the way I go about throughout my day. So I usually do one in the morning and one in the evening. I don't do it around, because obviously either you have, it's kind of strange if in the office you just, you put your headphones on and you just breathe very deeply in front of everyone. I do it in the morning, because it kind of gives me those 5 minutes where I can, fully wake up and fully realize where I am, who I am, and what I need to do. And then in the evening to relax me back. I would absolutely recommend doing these exercises every day, even if you don't have a leaf. Do them anyway. I am a firm, I've been converted to the breathing. Yeah, so basically these are the 3 main features, actually the 4 main features of the leaf. So it tracks your cycle and your fertility. It monitors your steps and how much you move around throughout the day. It monitors your sleep, and it gives you breathing exercises. Another feature of the leaf is the alarms. Basically, you can set up to 3 alarms. And you can just, you just tell the app what time you want it to vibrate, and it would vibrate. And the other thing that you can set up is the inactivity alert. This means that you can tell the leaf that if you've been sitting down in the same position, or if you've not been active enough, the leaf will start to vibrate, and it reminds you that you should be more active. So that's something that many women might find useful. For instance, I find it very useful because I have an office job. I tend to be kind of a fairly active person, but still, sometimes it happens that I just sit down for 6 hours. That's not very good for circulation, and it's not very good. Period. So it's good to have the leaf vibrate and remind me that I just need to get up my feet, and maybe have a walk, do a power walk around the block. Anything that would that would peel your butt off the chair. I think that I forgot to say about the menstrual cycle is that obviously at the beginning you have to give a ballpark figure of how long your cycles are, but it's supposed to have an algorithm that learns about you, and the more months go by, the more the leaf would be able to more accurately predict when your next cycle is, and when you're most fertile during the month. There's a group on Facebook of people who have a leaf, and it's very interesting. It's a very nice community. We're very supportive of each other, and some people said that they would like the possibility to switch off the fertility and cycle tracking, because they don't have a cycle, a menstrual cycle anymore, or they're not fertile anymore. So maybe it would be like a good gesture on behalf of Bellabeat if they gave women the possibility to take that out. Let me go a little bit more in depth about the company and the relationship I've had with the company and what I think about it overall. So as I mentioned before, let me wear it as a brooch because so you can see how it looks like when it's brooch. So you have to be really, really, really careful when you lift up this little bit, because if you lift it up more than 4 millimeters, it risks, actually I think this might be too, it doesn't recommend clipping it on clothing that is more than 2 millimeters thick. So I'm not gonna wear it as a brooch. Sorry, I'm not. I don't want to show you because I don't want to ruin it. But it looks really pretty, and there's a lot of pictures online of it used as a brooch. And other women have shown it in their own unboxing video, and they have worn it as a brooch. You can go look at one of those videos. I'm actually going to wear it. I'm actually going to show you how to use it as a bracelet. So what you do, you clip on this, I don't know the word in English, I'm sorry, but basically if you push in here, it goes inside, and then you just hook it, you just hook it over here, and then let me take my watch off so I can put it on the left hand side. You just place the leaf on your wrist, and you wrap the bracelet around, and then the end needs to go through this little loophole on the leaf. I apologize if I'm not using the English words correctly. As you might have understood, it's not my first language, but I try my best. I'm sure you're smart people, I'm sure you'll be able to understand me. Yeah, so the bracelet has gone through this little hole at the very end of the leaf, and then there's this little thingy over here, and this part is made of holes, so you just have to pin it into one of these holes according to how big your wrist is. And then there's another little socket where you can just so you just have to move it around. Sorry, I wasn't very prepared for this, but let's just make it work. Okay, so I brought this little pocket over here so I can just put the very end through this. Cool, and that's how it looks like. I think it's really, really pretty, and it looks right. Okay, this is the bracelet. Okay, Bellabeat, the company. They are a startup, and I think that when they announced that the leaf was going on the market, they have been overwhelmed by the demand of the leaf. Okay, I think that more than 15,000 people bought the leaf, and the waiting list, I think, is already like out. Like there's no more spaces for the waiting list, or there are very, very few. So I think that they I think it's very hard for a company that is probably quite small to adapt so quickly to such a huge request. I'm going to start with the hiccups that there have been since I've started following them, and then I'm going to go on with the very, very positive things. Just as a note, I'm very happy with them. This is meant to be a very positive review, but I think it's fair that people considering the product should also know what's on the background. So the main hiccup was that they promised that they would send the first and second batch by end of June, but actually that got delayed by a few weeks. So what they did, obviously, they sent around like emails of apologies, and what they did, they promised also to send us like a kit to change the battery and another necklace that you can wear the leaf with. So I guess that's kind of I mean, I can understand how annoying it could be to wait an extra 2 or 3 weeks to receive a product that you were expecting before, but also you have 2 extra things for free, which I think it's fair enough. Obviously, I was very impatient to get it, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's fine. I don't need it. I don't. It's not that important for my existence. So I was fine with waiting a little bit longer, and I was very happy with them offering these extra two things for free for the first two batches. Um, Another little hiccup. Oh, one thing. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping here and there, but I just want to say that this the Leaf doesn't. You don't need to charge it. There's a little battery inside that is the same battery that most watches use, and it's supposed to last up to 6 months. So when the 6 months are over, you can monitor the status of your battery through the app. Once there's no energy anymore, you just need to like unscrew the little bits on the back of the Leaf. You see, you just unscrew these four screws and you just change the battery, and it's supposed to be very easy. So back to the company. First hiccup was this little delay in the delivery. The second little hiccup that there was happened when their choice of words created some misunderstanding in relation to what the Leaf actually can do. So they've been marketing it as a product that is able to track your stress. I think that many women were expecting the Leaf to actually like track their stress in the real sense, that maybe they were expecting it to give you an idea of how stressed you felt throughout the day, or maybe they were expecting it to like vibrate not only when you were too inactive, but also when the Leaf like detected that you were too stressed out. And also a little bit of confusion was around the breathing tracking. So it does track your breathing, but only when you're doing the exercises. It doesn't track your breathing throughout the day. There are other Fitbits that do that, like there are other fitness trackers that do like track your breathing throughout the day, and they do give you an idea of how much you're stressed, but not the Leaf. For them, when they marketed it as like it's tracking the stress levels, they said basically with this tool you're able to understand more about your body, and we give you also the opportunity to do something about it. But it doesn't in the real sense of the term track your stress. Like it doesn't give you a pie chart of how many hours you've been stressed throughout the day. So that's been another little misunderstanding that they have explained at some point. In terms of how I see this whole thing, I do not need an app to tell me when I'm stressed. When I am stressed, I know when I'm stressed. I don't need like another little thing like vibrating telling me, oh, you shouldn't be more stressed. Obviously, this is just my opinion, and I know that many other women would benefit from something like that, but it's not for me. I would just need an app that helps me do something about it. I do get stressed every once in a while. I have like a little jaw problem, like I'm one of those that clenches my jaw throughout, when I sleep or when I'm stressed. So I do not need a fitness tracker to vibrate when I do feel stressed. I don't want a chart telling me, oh, you've been stressed 2 hours out of 5 or whatever. I just wanted to monitor my overall health. I think that the good features of the Leaf is that, well, first of all, it's absolutely beautiful. I have looked into other fitness trackers, but I think they're mainly designed for men. They look super ugly. They're made of this kind of like silicone, which is very inappropriate for any kind of office attire if you're a woman. And they're just really ugly, and I wore one for a few hours one day. It was my friend's, and it kind of gave me, well, it wasn't really a rash, but it wasn't very delicate with my skin, and it was just ugly. I didn't like how they looked like, and I love the Leaf. Like, it's so beautiful. I would have paid the same amount of money for any kind of like piece of jewelry that didn't track my fitness. So yeah, I'm very, very happy about the way it looks like, and that is one of the main reasons I bought it. I wanted something that looked good and still was useful for my overall health. Another reason why I really like the Leaf is that it just gives me what I really need to know. I've been sucked into like downloading all these kind of apps that makes you record I don't know, your pulses, your heart rate. Like they have a heart rate monitor. They have like you can track your nutrition, calories that you eat, as well as the ones that you burn, and all these kind of things. I don't want that. I find that kind of stressful, really. Like I find it stressful that I have to dedicate like 10 minutes of my life just like, you know, recording, oh, I ate an apple, oh, I ate like 300 grams of whatever. I don't like that. I didn't want a fitness tracker around which I had to revolve the entire day. I don't want something that is another admin thing that I have to do during my day. It does everything that I really need. It looks really good, tracks my steps, so the overall activity and how active I've been throughout the day, my periods, breathing exercises, sleep, and it has a few alarms. So I am really, really happy with how it's been working out for me. Something that I would recommend Bellabeat to do is perhaps to do a little bit more precise user manual. I think this user manual is not as thorough as it could be. There could be a little bit more indications of how the alarms get set up. Like for instance, at the beginning, I didn't really realize that once you set up an alarm, you have to immediately sync it with the leaf. If you don't, the information just get lost or gets reset, or isn't registered by the leaf. It would be helpful to know the two different kind of vibrations that the leaf has. One is for the alarms that you set up, and the other one is for the inactivity alert. It would be good to know the difference between the two. It would be good to have like actual instructions on how to use the different part of the app. So how to like, even if most of these things are actually obvious, they might not be for other people who might have some kind of like learning disability, or who might not find using apps that easy intuitively. I think it would be a little bit more thorough in the actual instructions on how to use the app, like being very even if it means that it's going to be much thicker than that, I think it's much better to have like a slightly thicker user manual, but that it's really, really thorough, to give really everyone the possibility to really thoroughly understand how the leaf works without leaving anything to be guessed. That's the only thing I would say about that. Yeah, so that's my feedback about that. So in a nutshell, I would definitely recommend this fitness tracker. I love it. I think it's perfect for me, but I also completely realize that it might not be perfect for everyone. What I do suggest you do, well, first of all, really understand what you want from a fitness tracker. Really understand what is the most important thing for you to know about yourself. So as I just said, for me, it was just like sleeping, having something pretty, and you know, the overall activity that you have during the day. Other people might want a heart rate monitor. Other people might want to put in other stuff inside, like as I said, like nutrition things, and they want something to actually track their stress. There's many things that you might want from a fitness tracker. So really, like, come to understand what you want from it, and then look for a fitness tracker that actually does those things. That's my piece of advice. I've been very happy with it. I hope that this leaf that I have now works as well as the one that I had before. I hope this doesn't discolor. So the discoloration happened in this little bit over here. So what the people of the company told me is that sometimes, like, the leaf is varnished, and sometimes due to like the quality of the wood, it's possible for the varnish to be cracked in little teeny tiny bits, and then if the moisture goes into those cracked bits, then you know, the wood would discolor. They said that it doesn't happen very often, and I'm sure that on all the 15,000 leaves, very few of those did discolor, but it happened to me, and I was very happy with how they treated me. So what happened, I contacted them, they replied to me very quickly, and they said just send the leaf back, and send me the tracking number of the leaf that you sent back, As soon as we receive that, we will send you one. And that's what happened, and they even reimbursed me the shipping cost. So I couldn't be happier, honestly. I can understand how a product would have some kind of defect, but I'm really happy with the way that I've been communicated with throughout the entirety of the 2 months that I've been in contact with the company. So huge thumbs up on my behalf to their customer service team, because in my experience they were really great. So this was my unboxing and review of the Leaf. I hope that this was useful, and I hope that you find the fitness tracker that is perfect for you. This is perfect for me, and I would recommend it to all the people that, like me, have my same goals and my same, attitude in regards to technology when it comes to monitoring your health. Yeah, again, I apologize for the quality of the video, and apologize if I've done some grammar mistakes, but hey, nobody's perfect.